So you've been told to rest your knee pain, and you did. Weeks went by, maybe even months, and yet the pain's still there. Or worse, it comes back the moment you decide to exercise again. It's time to rethink everything you've been told about knee pain recovery because rest alone isn't a fix. It's just a pause button. Hey everyone, I'm Chrissy Williford. I'm known as the pain-free miracle worker because after 8 years of dealing with chronic pain, I finally found the answers I was looking for when doctors and therapists couldn't. Now I'm helping men and women just like you eliminate their pain, tone their body, and get stronger so they can love the way they look and feel. Today, I'm sharing with you about how rest is not really the answer when you have pain. Rest might be a short-term solution, but it doesn't address the underlying dysfunctions that are causing your knee pain. Muscles atrophy at a really rapid rate. That means that they get smaller or they waste. You've heard of muscle wasting before, maybe. And that muscle atrophy happens at a really rapid rate. So if you're resting from everything and doing no activity, then that's going to create more problems than what you already have. In my experience, it's better to decrease your activity, but still move in a very targeted and intentional way to help your body correct the mechanics that you're using to reduce tightness and tension in overactive muscles and to activate the muscles that are not really working very well for you. And that doesn't mean continue to move in the same patterns. So for example, if you're doing back squats or goblet squats at the gym, it doesn't mean then do body weight squats. It literally means do something else that's more glute targeted to help those muscles be recruited and active and help you along, rather than continuing to move in the same pattern expecting a different result. You also could spend time doing more corrective exercise style workouts rather than completely stopping, because over time, completely stopping doesn't really resolve what's going on with your body mechanically. It only contributes to things like muscle atrophy. And if you're on rest for an injury, then you still want to move whatever parts of your body that you can just so that you prevent that. Even after surgery, when my clients have surgery, I want them moving as soon as possible in whatever way their body can. Focusing on the things that we can do and we can control, we're going to keep doing those things and then allow their body the time it needs to recover from the rest of it. And I see so many clients who have knee pain, and we literally start focusing on their hip function and their knee pain subsides. So they're still moving. It's just in a different mechanical way that takes the load and the pressure off of their knees so they don't have to grimace and struggle and push through the pain that they feel to be able to exercise. Your muscles really need activation, not avoidance. Traditionally, rehab protocols for knee pain focus heavily on the quad, the front of the thigh, doing things like leg extensions. And instead, I get way better outcomes and results when we focus on what's going on with a person's hip and get all of those pieces of their body to work together like they're supposed to mechanically. Because remember, like, your body is a whole system. It is a global system. It is a global setup. And if we're not pulling in all those other pieces of the puzzle, then we're really missing a huge opportunity to be able to get your knee pain to go away. At the end of the day, movement is medicine, and doing it in a right way, something that aligns with the anatomy, aligns with the physiology, aligns with the mechanics of the human body, is going to give you a much better outcome. It's sad that more people don't approach it that way, especially since the results are better, longer lasting, and faster. Shifting the perspective from knee dominant, quad focused exercises to hip focused glute development is a really big mindset shift for most of the people who come to me with knee pain. It's something that I talk with them a lot about, especially if they're also in physical therapy at the same time. Many times I get to let them complete their physical therapy and then go in behind the therapist and look at body mechanic function and hip function and develop those things for them. And that ultimately helps them feel better, and they're able to get through the therapy that they need, that their doctors ask for them to do. But then I bridge the gap on the backside of getting them from the end of that therapy back to their normal activity level. But it is something that I have to work with them on, in getting their perspective to shift a little bit and getting them to trust me and the experience that I've had in being able to move people from moving with pain to moving without pain. Because again, many times it's structural, it's mechanical, it's not necessarily the knee itself. It's the whole function of the body that we need to address, and that we really get to dive into and look at and see what's specific to them and how they move, and getting their body to respond in the way that I want it to. When you're doing the right exercises from that perspective, it really does recover you and help you heal in a way that feels comfortable and easier. It's not adding to your pain or causing hurt and discomfort when we're doing the exercises, but I'm really looking for, can you move in that pattern without pain? And if you can't move in that pattern without pain, how do we dial it back a little bit so that you can move in a different way that contributes to what we want your body to do outside of pain? Because my golden rule is, don't move through pain. We move to the point of pain, but not through pain. It's just like going to the edge of the cliff, but not jumping. That's really what we want to do, to have your body adapt and create the corrections in your body that we want to see happen. Go to the edge of the cliff, but don't jump. Go to the point of pain, but don't move through the point of pain. When you move through the point of pain, you're fighting your brain. You're fighting your body's natural survival mechanism. Because when our brain perceives pain, it shuts down. It doesn't want to be involved in that. It does not like you very much, and it will shut you down. When you're moving through pain, your brain is saying, no, stop, don't do that. No, stop, don't do that. But you're pushing through the pain. It's not synced up. It's two different stories. It's like you're gaslighting yourself, kind of, where it's two different stories. Okay. It's almost like creating cognitive dissonance, but like in your brain and how it operates in your nervous system, because your brain's like, no, don't do that. And you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. And your brain's like, no, don't do that. And you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. And so there's a total miscommunication about what's safe and effective for your body. And your brain will work against you in that way. It will cause other things to happen, not to mention that you're just continuing to contribute to the problem. And sometimes it's for people to get out of their own way. Like, you get to get out of your own way to feel better. That's a huge mindset shift for people too, is we unknowingly contribute to our problem. Getting out of your own way and doing things in a way that don't contribute to the problem is going to be wholly supportive of you being able to move out of pain over time. Recovery is really an active process. Sitting around not doing anything doesn't help you. If you've had surgery, or if you've had, like, there's certain shots they'll give you that, like, you can't move for a couple of days or whatever, a week maybe, that kind of stuff is different. So if you've had a treatment and you need rest, that's one thing. But I'm talking about just stopping moving altogether. It is not going to support you in feeling better. Like, you are going to continue to go down to the same path, and it's going to get worse. True recovery is about teaching your body how to move better, how to be more stable, how to be stronger, how to work with you, to be active, to show up for you, and work with you in a way that helps you feel better and not helps you feel worse. And When I see people move, I see the angles of how they move. I look at someone's body totally from a joint perspective. I first thing care what your joint movement looks like. So that's the only thing I'm looking at, because I know if your joints are working well, your muscles are going to work just fine. We don't have to worry about your muscles if we get your joints to work right. So I want to see, how do you move? So I look at the angles of your body. I look at the outside space around your body. I'm looking for joints working in a way they're not supposed to work in, because that helps me get to the right thing for you to be able to get you out of those mechanics faster. When we do this and we focus on getting your joints to function better as a whole, it reduces the hits on your pain points like your knees and allows them to begin to work in the way that they're meant to, the way that they're supposed to. And when all of those pieces of that puzzle come together, you have this beautiful image of someone's body moving in a way that is very efficient, it is very optimal, and it is very pain-free. Sitting around and resting and doing nothing when you have pain is not really the best answer. It is moving your body, it is stimulating your nervous system and your brain, it is asking those muscles to come along and play with you, it is relaxing and reducing the tightness and tension of those muscles that are overactive, and then getting the ones that are underactive to wake up, to come along and play, so that your movement is smoother, easier, faster, there's less angst and discomfort whenever you move around, no matter what you're doing. I'd love to have some feedback from you on this. Let's do a poll. Comment below and tell me which one of the following feels most true for you and the approach that you're currently taking. You can put A, B, or C. A is you're going to rest and hope it goes away. B, I keep pushing through the pain. Or C, I'm trying to find a smarter way. Comment below A, B, or C and let me know. So if you're realizing that rest, physical therapy, and shots aren't cutting it and you're ready for a better plan, schedule a connection call with me. There's a link in the description on this video. I offer these free calls to help you figure out what's really going on. All you have to do is click the link in the description to schedule yours. And if you're not ready yet, hey, that's okay. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow along as I share things like this that can help you rethink pain, movement, and recovery in a whole new way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.